Good afternoon and welcome to today's live, brought to you by Airports Live TV in conjunction with WTF IPTV.com, the home for all of your TV needs, all of your live channels from around the world, the UK, Ireland, Europe, the US, South America and the rest of the world. All your live sports, a huge movie selection, video on demand, and of course all of your pay-per-view events. Use code WTF30 at checkout and you will receive a 12-month premium IPTV subscription for just €49. Here we go, the first flight of the live FR816. This Ryanair Boeing 737 heading over to Edinburgh. I forgot to turn the gimbal on. It is going to be a relatively short live today. We've probably got around 35 or 40 minutes. We're back with a full 2-hour stream tomorrow, though. Is it data only? Because I've no Wi-Fi. What do you mean, Carl? There is something I do want to address a little bit later in this live. So do hang in there. It's just something that I want to have a little chat about. The TV series. Yeah, Carl, you can use it on 4G. It all depends on your internet speed, to be honest. Sometimes you actually get a better internet speed depending on where you live. We're using 4G than you do with Wi-Fi. If you've got, it will work at anything over 6 megabits per second if it's a stable connection. Ideally, you want at least 10 megabits to get full HD. How are we doing, Grumpy? How are we doing, Paradiso? Don't forget, guys, there is a new blog post that went live last night. It's a family holiday suggestion over to the beautiful island of Mallorca, in particular, a resort called Sarcoma. It is... We've aimed it as a family holiday, but there is so much to do there for couples as well. So definitely check it out over at airportslivetv.com and with Gomo. I don't know what their internet speeds are like, Carl. To be honest, I've never actually heard of them. Are they a network provider or do you mean a TV service? What's the sound like? Is the sound okay, guys? FR668 just lining up for its departure now. This Boeing 737 series aircraft operated by Ryanair, getting ready to begin its journey to Birmingham. How are we doing, Debs? How's Shane? I hope he's feeling a bit better today. Their association with air, yeah, air tends to be okay. It depends where you live. I use air at home. Well, I've got air and Vodafone. And I usually get a better signal than I do through my Wi-Fi. Just a quick tip as well, though. If people haven't got Wi-Fi and they don't want to put Wi-Fi in because it is expensive, especially over here in Ireland, and you don't want to spend too much money on finding an internet solution, buy one of the 5G routers that Air sell. New, they're about 120 quid. But you can literally take your phone SIM card out and put it in there and you will get, if say for example you get 20 megabits per second using 4G in your phone, you will probably get 50 megabits per second by using the router with that SIM card in. I'm good, thanks. Just back from having my nails done for my birthday. Sound is brill so far. It's my mum's birthday today as well. Still coughing, not as bad. He had some night last night. Dreams. He has me up all night. No way, Shane. Hopefully you feel a bit better soon. For those of you that have already seen the start of our blog series, if you happen to go back through them over the next few days or so, you may well see some slight edits within those blogs. And I shall tell you the reason for why. We have another new partner. And it's another one that you will all have heard of. Now, this will only affect UK viewers or people travelling from the UK. We've teamed up with Jet2 Holidays. So I'm thinking we might incorporate some of their deals into some of the blogs. EI 3242, this ATR 72600, operated by Aer Lingus Regional with the 2019 Aer Lingus livery, just beginning its departure along the North Runway here at Dublin International and heading over to Aberdeen. Yes, happy birthday, Paradiso. We are really starting to gather momentum now. The partners are coming in thick and fast. We got two new partners yesterday. Jet2 Holidays and the Flight Centre as well, which are specialists in long haul flights and ultimate luxury holidays. A little bit more about them a bit further down the line. They're not active on the website yet, but they will be probably by tomorrow morning. There we go, EI 3242, the Aer Lingus route over to Aberdeen. It's back-to-back ATR 72600s here at Dublin. EI 3256, this time heading over to Edinburgh. Again, operated by Aer Lingus Regional, and again with the nicest of the liveries. The 2019 Aer Lingus livery. I finally got a date for Shane's communion. Not too happy of when. I'll let the stress begin. A last minute organised. Oh, it's very soon then. Great news, Adam. The business is going from strength to strength now. Well deserved. Just remember all of us when you're super famous. Don't worry, I will, Paradiso. It was meant to be in June, but it's low end of May. Most schools already organised for May. It's going to be hard finding arrangements. Yeah. Good luck with that one, Debs. I will try my best to make an appearance at some point, Debs. I will try my best for him. Next up, we have British Airways Airbus A321neo BA837 heading over to London Heathrow. That's the message I sent this morning. Don't think you've seen it. I haven't seen it. I've been busy all morning. Shall have a look when I come off. Our views are mighty low today. You know anyone in the Barts Castle business? I do actually. I shall forward their number on to you. Now, I'm not saying I'll be able to help you because it is the busy season, but you never know. They might be able to sort something for you. And I'll be honest, I don't know if they come out as far as Dublin. They're based in Kildare. But I'm sure if they've got a castle available, they'll do something to look after you. BA837 still holding at the end of the North Runway. There's, it sounds like you're going to be a human dynamo with so much to organise. These spouts has got to somewhere, and it's inflating bounce castle's not very nice, is it? Paradiso. As always, if it is the first time you're joining us on YouTube, whether it be live right now or on replay at a later date, please accept our apologies for the lack of quality. That will be resolved, hopefully, by the beginning of next week. We'll be in full HD and 4K from next week. So please accept our apologies for that lack of quality over the last couple of weeks. We have just transitioned and moved over from TikTok. We've got a big following on TikTok, and we're just moving over to YouTube now. So we're just waiting for some new equipment. Here we go. This BA837 flight, the Airbus A321neo, beginning its run and departure along the North Runway here. and heading over to London Heathrow. The wait for the passengers on board at the end of this North Runway was almost as long as the flight is going to be itself over to London Heathrow. Next up, we're going to have another ATR 72-600, again operated by Aer Lingus Regional, and again with that beautiful 2019 livery. It's another one of the regular Scottish flights out of Dublin. This one's heading over to Glasgow. Good day, Liz. How are we doing? Minus 34 with a wind chill, colder than Siberia. It's a little bit warmer here today than it was yesterday, but wow, was it cold last night. Nothing like what you're experiencing, but wow, it was cold. Here we go, EI3226, and now on departure. How we doing, Helen? Welcome. Once this flight is departed, we've got a few minutes between aircraft, and I'm just going to address something that I want to speak about. Something that's been brought to my attention today. I just want to have a little chat about it. Shane's class sent a video this morning saying, "Get well soon, Shane." Well, I was sobbing, oh, bless him. Yeah, I'm all good, thank you, Helen. I'm glad you're well. Okay, something has been brought to my attention this morning. And I feel like we need to have a little chat about it. And there's a new rule that I'm introducing to this community. And it goes so against the grain for me, because there's a few of you in right now that have been with me from almost the very beginning, and you know my thoughts on promoting other channels, promoting other creators and other communities. I've always been a big advocate of it. I've promoted creators bigger than me, smaller than me, the same as me, whether they be in aviation and travel live streaming or gaming or just general chit chat lives. I've always supported other communities, because as a live streaming community, as a general community, we should all support each other. And those of you that are new here have probably heard me saying, look, I don't mind you talking about other live broadcasts in my life. And I don't. And that remains the same. However, something was brought to my attention this afternoon, and it has really irritated me. There was a couple of people came in this live a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and mentioned, and I quote, "A big creator from the UK is coming over to Dublin the next day." Instantly, in my mind, it was Jerry from Big Jet. No issue whatsoever. No issue with anybody coming and streaming here. No issue with somebody mentioning it in my live. Okay, but I quote, big creator, and they made this huge thing about them being this big creator, and then named the channel. I was like, fair play, good luck, and hopefully he has a good stream. Hopefully you enjoy it. Well, when I actually looked at said big creator, and now this isn't the creator himself that I'm getting at, because he doesn't call himself this big creator. But the creator had about 1,200 subscribers on YouTube, which isn't big on YouTube. We all know that. He's got more subscribers than me, but I've been going for, 2-3 weeks. We've got a 40,000 following on TikTok. I find it a little bit insulting to insinuate that we're not big creators, because with 40,000 on TikTok, there's not that many live broadcasts based around travel and aviation on TikTok that have over 40,000. There are some, but not many. But let me get back to my point. Those same people that came in my live and instigated a conversation between themselves in the build-up to mentioning this creator coming over to Dublin, saying about, we're not going on this A live again because people get blocked for mentioning other lives. And I'm like, well, that's stupidity. I don't understand it. So they deliberately instigated the conversation between themselves so that my chat was flowing with conversation about this other live or other lives. It was brought to my attention today that a member of our community, that has been a member of our community for 9 months or so, actually happened to go on the live they were talking about, the one that came over here, over to Dublin a few weeks ago. They actually happened to go on there and watch a live, and they commented saying it's a great live and it's nice to see a community and people chatting. And they then messaged me and said, have you seen who this person's moderators are? Turns out his moderators are the same 2 people that came in my live and instigated a chat leading towards then trying to poach my viewers, saying that he was going to be live at the same time and he's this huge creator and he's amazing, right? Now, whether he's a good creator or not, I don't know. I haven't personally watched him. But that's besides the point. These 2 moderators were live, were in the chat whilst this creator was live this afternoon. The member of my community, like I say, a long-standing member of this community, I'm not going to name who they are, but it's a long-standing, supportive member of this community, contacted me and said, they're live, I'm going to go in, I'm going to have a chat. Like, yeah, fill your boots, let me know what the live's like. Then I get a message back from this member of the community saying, Adam, you really want to jump on and have a look what the reaction is. He'd gone in there and said, look, it's loving your live, it's great to see a great community. Have you seen the guy that does, that's live every day from Dublin? I think his name's Adam. Now, obviously, he was trying to be a little bit clever with it. So he says, I think his name's Adam. Comment ignored by creator and ignored by, interestingly, the 2 moderators, the very same 2 moderators that came in my live and instigated a promotion for his live. That was ignored. He then carried on chatting and mentioned it again, saying, I think the name is Airports Live TV. Again, ignored by creator and again, ignored by the 2 moderators, but read messages out either side of that comment. And the member of our community continued 2 or 3 times. Now, admittedly, they never got blocked. They never got muted. However, not once did either of those 2 people say, yeah, Adam's a great live, or yeah, we watch Adam from time to time, it's good. Not once, didn't even acknowledge it. So the point I'm making here is, I am not going to change my ways in the sense of saying we don't promote other accounts and other creators, because that is something we will never do. We will always promote other creators. However, if you are a moderator from another aviation or travel channel on YouTube, please do not come in my live and promote that other channel unless, and this is the key part, unless it is reciprocal, in the sense that if somebody mentions my live whilst you're a moderator in a different account, you acknowledge that we are a channel, that you watch our channel, that you enjoy our channel, the same way that we do for others. Because if you don't, then we will just remove you from our community. We are not going to be where we're one-sided promoting other channels. It is wrong. Now, I don't know whether it is the creator's rule that nobody mentions other channels. If that is the case, you would like to think he would have said, look, please don't mention other channels on my live, or moderators, please can you make sure people aren't mentioning other lives. He never. So I'm inclined to believe that isn't the case. And then on one final point I just want to make about this, that Transavia flight was heading over to Paris, by the way. One final point before we move on for the last 10 minutes of this live with a bit of banter is that said creator then made a point at the end of their live of, I'm not going to say slating, but speaking badly of some big creators, aviation creators, and I mean big creators, saying that it's all about money and all they want to do is sell merch. Look, they openly admit that, and that is the difference. From day one, I have been transparent. This is a business. He wasn't talking about me. He was talking about other channels. But I have been transparent from day one on TikTok and on YouTube. This is a business. We have to make money. That doesn't change the fact that it's a community. I put my community first and the money comes second, but the two go hand in hand, okay? Without a community, you can't earn money from your partners, and without your partners, your community don't benefit. But what infuriates me with that case is he made this big point about making it sound negative that there's big creators and the aviation channels are in it to make money. He made it sound like it was a negative, and he said that's not what he's about. It's never going to be about that. Well, if that's the case, why does it matter to you if other people promote other channels? Because those viewers don't mean anything to you financially. It's not like you need 20,000 subscribers, otherwise your partners will leave you. So that's the end of what I wanted to say. I just want to make clear that if you are going to come in this live and you're a moderator for another community and promote that community, that is perfectly fine. And I support that because I support all creators. I'm not about keeping it the way it's only about Airports Live TV. I'll talk about other creators and I will promote them, whether they be aviation, travel, music, comedy, or just somebody having a chat. But do not come into my live and promote another live if it isn't reciprocal. That's the end of that conversation. The people that were doing it, if you're watching this, you know who you are. It would be nice if you could just... what would be nice is if you came with a response and said, look, the reasons why we didn't. I don't think I'll get that, but thank you to everybody who has listened and everybody who does support me. And not just support me, but supports every channel. That is the key, supporting every community, every live streamer. This is a tough job. Here we go, this A330 operated by Aer Lingus heading over to Chicago. Right, let me just add them with you. We're a lower support channel. Thank you, Liz. So what's the difference in buying merch from something you follow than buying merch at a concert of music act you follow? Yeah. Now listen, Debs, I don't claim to be as big as U2. Like, somebody going to a U2 concert, listen, I'd expect them to buy maybe a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat. I don't claim to be as big as U2. But I think I'm bigger and better than Jedward. And people bought Jedward t-shirts, didn't they? How are we doing, Siobhan? Skullduggery, Adam, not fair people. It needs to do a quick course in balance and quality and ethics. Not cricket, as those Brits say. Karma will get them, just keep doing what you do. Like I say, it would be interesting to know whether that has come direct from creator and that is a rule that he has said to his moderators, or whether it's moderators, I hate to say it, almost thinking they're part of a committee. We've all seen it, the village committee, the working men's club committee, the GAR committee, just having that little bit of a power trip, certain people. I don't know where it's come from, but it would be interesting to know. You did indeed, Debs. Give us a quick burst of Chicago. I don't know a Chicago song. Didn't they know it? Right, we've only got 6 minutes left. I need to be off live for 20 to 4, unfortunately, today. Well said, Adam. Totally understand and agree with you. Thank you, Helen. Like, I hope people don't take that as me being like negative, or I don't know the right way to say it, but I hope people don't take that in a negative way, in a bad way. I'm just saying that because I have always supported other creators. Like, listen, on TikTok, I would have been seen globally as a mid-level creator, niche as a big creator. But I've always promoted other creators. Like, there's people on there with hundreds of thousands of followers, and even though I don't go live on TikTok very often at all now, I'll randomly scroll through and watch from the outside without going in their live and hear them mentioning me and hear them saying, like, you need to check him out on YouTube, it's a great live. In the same way I would with them, and in the same way that I would go on to a small creator and give them support and advice and try and push their communities for them. New York, New York. Completely understand. It's only common sense to support both sides and should trying to be a favourite fun. Yeah, like, Debs, it's not even about being a favourite. Like, I don't care. And I mean this with the greatest respect to everybody, right? I don't care whether I'm your favourite streamer or whether somebody else is your favourite streamer. I don't care. But because we all have different personalities that enjoy different personalities, I feel I stand out in this sector because it's as much about me as it is about the planes. It's as much about the community as it is about me and the planes. We have proper, genuine chats. We're not just chatting about the aircraft. Sometimes we miss even saying where an aircraft's going to because we're in the middle of a chat about something else. It's about coming and having a chat and being a part of something. I don't want people or expect people to take sides. This shouldn't be about taking sides. That is my entire point. This should be about supporting a community on a whole, whether that be that you want to support the aviation community as a whole or support live streaming creators and that community as a whole. I've generally found most UK streamers support each other, but there are two that I know of that don't. Yeah, listen, do you know something? I'm just going to name the channel I'm talking about because the moderators felt it was okay to come in this very live and name that channel initially. The channel I'm talking about is Plain Sailing Aviation. That is the channel that avoided the conversation with a member of our community today about this channel. And all they were saying was, look, but when Mark's not online, you should jump in. You should jump in and check Adam out. That's all they were saying. They weren't telling people to leave that live or and come and watch me. I wasn't even live. Or don't watch Mark tomorrow, go watch Adam. They weren't saying that. Your interaction with us watching, mate, is brilliant. You have good banter with us and you tell dodgy cow and chicken jokes. Is there anybody on that hasn't heard the cow and chicken joke? From all the creators I've come across, you're the only decent, genuine person on here, especially when it comes to money gifts. You don't beg, you don't ask. You just enjoy everyone's input following the community. Yeah, like, Debs has been with us from the TikTok days, where we... obviously on TikTok it's very different. You get gifts and all that jazz. And as we all know with TikTok, people have a habit of falling into the trap of begging for gifts. It was something we never did. We had some amazing weeks on TikTok where we were number one, number two on rankings. But that never changed anything for us. How are we doing, Bruce? Welcome. You bring it, Adam. I scored on TikTok to Heathrow Airport, which of course has more planes. But there's no banter. Yeah, it's unfortunate. One thing that has held us back and holds us back here is the volume of traffic here at Dublin, and also the variety of aircraft and variety of airlines. It's one thing that's always held us back. Plus, now we're over on YouTube, the lack of quality, but that will be resolved by next week. The one thing I can't improve here is the volume of traffic. However, that is why we are heading over to Spain, to give us more variety. Following since end of May, I couldn't have come across the nicest bunch of people, great laughs and a massive support to Shane. Shane is part of our community, a big part of our community. Captain Shane. And of course, Dennis the Medis, Damo. Yeah, Damo's a part of it. You do care because you're a nice guy. I just power seeking folk with me. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know if it was a creator standpoint or a moderator standpoint, but it struck a nerve with me because I was supportive of them mentioning his stream on mine. See you tomorrow, Debs. I'm jumping off as well in 4 minutes. Whoop, whoop. There will be another blog post there for you tomorrow morning. If you haven't already checked out the blog post that's there now around sarcoma, do check it out. It is a great little read, full of information. Quickly, we'll spend the last 3 minutes just touching on what I did notice while I was doing yesterday's blog. The huge price difference in flights from Ireland, Dublin being the cheapest of the routes out of Ireland, heading to Palma in Mallorca, when we priced the holiday for the recent blog to sarcoma. The price difference is huge. Even when you put the exchange rate in and convert the sterling price for the UK version of the holiday into euros, and the fact that I priced the UK out of Manchester, which in fact wasn't the cheapest airport, it was mid-range pricing, but I wanted to put a northern airport in because we'd had a southern one for the Salou. Was it Salou or Tuscany? The price difference between the mid-range airport price in the UK and the cheapest airport price in Dublin, in Ireland being Dublin, was over €600 extra for the same holiday, same hotel. The hotel price remained the same. The flight prices were over €600 more expensive for a family of 4 flying from Dublin to Palma, as opposed to Manchester to Palma on exactly the same dates. Well, it wasn't the same dates, to be honest. It was the same week. They were 1 day different because the flight price was even more if you flew on the same date from Ireland. So it is something to bear in mind. It's maybe not practical. My suggestion I'm going to make now maybe isn't practical for a family with young children. But definitely if you're traveling as a couple or 2 friends or 4 friends, whatever, and you can do a week on a 10 kg cabin bag and a rucksack, I would definitely at least explore the option of flying from Dublin into the UK and then picking up a UK flight to Mallorca, anywhere in Spain. I have found the prices are very, very different over here this year. So it's well worth looking into. And yes, it adds a bit of travel time to your holiday, but if you're saving €400-500, €600 sometimes for a couple, you can do a lot with €600 in Spain for a week. Obviously, you'd have to pay for your flights out, but even if you spent 200 quid extra, you've still got 300 or 400 quid. It is. It's crazy, Helen. Right, I'm going to have one last dot cotton with you all. We're going to get this last departure of the live. I apologise, it has been a shorter live today. I also apologise that we've had to have a conversation that I don't like having. I'm not massively comfortable having the conversation we've just had about other creators, but it needed to be said. Tomorrow we're back with you for a full stream. We'll be with you for 2 hours tomorrow. Sorry guys, I dropped my dot cotton. We are in the final few days of bad quality streaming here at Airports Live TV. We will be full up quality next week. It might not be Monday, but definitely during next week. It's a sign to give them up. It's a sign to wear gloves. I only dropped it because my hands were cold. Don't forget, guys, this live has been brought to you in partnership with WTF IPTV, the home for all of your TV needs. Live channels, all of them from all over the world. UK, Ireland, the whole of Europe, US, South America. All your live sports, a huge movie selection, your video on demand, and of course, all of your pay-per-view events, all included with the premium subscription. If you use code WTF30 at checkout, you will get that 12-month premium subscription for just €49. The last flight of this live, EI636 of this Airbus A320 operated by Aer Lingus, and beginning its journey over to Brussels. Don't forget to check out the blog at airportslivetv.com and have a read of our travel guides. There'll be a new post up there by tomorrow morning. We've been Airports Live TV. I've been Adam James. Have a great, great Thursday night. We'll see you all tomorrow from around 1:30 or 2 p.m. with a 2-hour stream. Take care. Stay safe. Big up. Enjoy work, Helen. Take care. I'm away. Hasta mañana.